a perpetually charged up atmosphere in a city that knows how to party. Game 2 underway, and the Aces win the tip.
See Jackie Young bringing it up the first possession, going against Sabrina Ionescu. Of course, that is once again in this game the matchup to keep an eye on.
Plum, step back three is good. One of the things we saw in game 1, we saw there as well, Rebecca. Contested shots going down for Las Vegas.
So important for them to keep their spacing, to shoot the basketball well. When they lost to New York in the regular season, they did not shoot well from the perimeter.
Plum had a playoff career high 26 in game 1. Laney can't hit. Gray the rebound for Las Vegas. Here's Wilson. Drives into the paint. Muscles it up short. Good D from Stewart. Jonquel Jones with the handle. Jones finds Vandersloot. Right back to Jonquel. Here's Laney on the attack. Fading away. Couldn't hit it. Vandersloot, diminutive, but gets in there for the board. Another chance here for New York. Into the corner. Laney. Run off. Will attack. Can't finish. Benijah Laney misses a wide open layup. She's 0 for 3 to start. Oh, what a dime from Gray. Stokes in the corner. That is foul money for Las Vegas. Hit 5 threes all season. Hits her first attempt tonight as Stewart lays it in.
I mean, you can't script it any better for the Vegas Aces, in particular. Kia Stokes draining from the corner. You talked about her as the Aces do everything player, and one thing she takes a lot of pride in, setting screens, and she did it on the previous possession to get Plum open, and on that one she stepped into her shot confidently. There's the screen.
Gray will fire. That one's too strong. Stewart trying to flag it down, could not. Wilson saves. Plum hits. New York felt like they did not have the effort or energy required in game 1 to be able to tussle with a team like Las Vegas. And that kind of long rebound is the kind of play you just can't have happen if you're the Liberty. Here's Ionescu. She'll let it go. Back iron, no. Gray tips it wisely to Young.
Outstanding gang rebounding that possession by Vegas.
Here is Young trying to muscle into Ionescu. Jones comes with the help. We're going to get back to Stokes. Wilson in the paint. Net by Jones. Wilson flips it in. Plus the foul. What a start for the defending champs.
A'ja Wilson just continuing to work. Jonquel comes over to help. There's physicality, bumps, gets in, the and one. And we've seen it throughout the matchup. Regular season playoffs. It's always impactful when Jonquel Jones gets early fouls.
So an early personal on Jones, and you could not have scripted a better start if you are the Aces. Meanwhile, New York, who looked frazzled at times in game 1, off to a shaky start in game 2.
Vegas in a zone defense here on this possession.
Vegas Aces, Chelsea Gray is having a great career in the WNBA, and it almost didn't happen. Devastating injuries in her senior and junior year of college made it so she was really not sure she would ever play in this league. She said she almost gave up. She was teaching kids how to play basketball when she decided, I want to be a pro, and she dedicated her life to it. And look what she's done since. She is the heart and soul of this team. She combines the fire, the passion, vision and the leadership with the highest level IQ. She's not afraid to sit in the huddle and draw it up. She has the complete command and respect of her teammate. The career that almost never happened, I just can't get enough of it.
Told us yesterday she's in it for the history books, wants to be known as one of the greatest guards of all time. She is well on her way. Meanwhile, New York looking to bounce back after a tough start. Jones trapped, trying to fight out of it, and we have a jump ball.
Ryan, those first 3 minutes of this game could have been the best 3 minutes of the Vegas Aces season. They came out without question through the first punch right here. How is the New York Liberty going to respond to it? The next couple minutes are vitally important to see what fight and heart they have right now.
A reminder that no team has ever fallen behind 2-0 in a best-of-5 in WNBA history and come back to win that series.
A big little jump ball.
There you go. Jones and Plum, New York wins it. Ionescu off to Laney. 4 to shoot. Stewart catches. She'll let it fly. Can't hit.
Once again, Vegas in a zone on that possession. New York is going to be able to need to hit their perimeter shots.
Young connects. Again, a slow closeout, and Jackie Young takes advantage. Just a sizzling start for Las Vegas. Laney dumps it. Here's Vandersloot. Built in, can't hit. A 17-2 beginning for the defending champs. Gray dives, don't slay.
It is so hard to defend when you don't score. The Liberty have scored once in this game and been able to go back on defense.
Here's Jones with a wide open look. No. Stewart battling, winning, harassed, and that is going to be a foul on Plum or a jump ball?
Should be a foul on Plum, right?
Wow, we're going to call it a jump ball.
Chelsea Gray, it doesn't matter where she's looking. She's going to find the player who is open and help out Kia Stokes of 5 points already, more than the Liberty team.
New York has missed its last 5, had some good looks as well. Stewart and Plum to jump, and that's going to be a violation on Plum, and going to be Liberty basketball. Rebecca, I mean, how, if you're New York, you felt like in game 1, what encouraged you was feeling like you played one of your worst games of the season, that you didn't control the things you could control, the fight, the effort. You're down 19-2 in game 2. How do you stay in the fight?
Well, right now what's a little bit concerning is who's the player who's going to say, all right, let me take it on my shoulders. Brandon Stewart certainly is one of those.
Could not hit there. Stewart 1 from 3 to start. Young gets space, can't hit. Kayla Thornton into the game for New York. Ionescu to the bench. Here's Stewart in transition. Laney had the open look, going to drive it instead and lay it home.
Look at how much easier it is to set up defensively. Only the second time the Liberty have scored so far in this game. You cannot be cross-matched. You can, well, be on the players you want to be on.
Young loses it out of bounds, and Vegas, who turned it over less than any team in the WNBA this season, coughs it up there. Becky Hammond was very on guard after game 1. We heard Carolyn talking about Becky's approach after wins, and she said, look, I told our defense, don't think we were that great. New York missed a lot of open shots. Here's Stewart. The hook is short. Can't follow it up. Plum dances away with the rebound. Sings it ahead. Wilson battling with Jones, who has 1 foul already. Wilson gets the whistle on Thornton. And Asia Wilson is going to shoot 2.
For the New York Liberty, this is a bigger, better defensive lineup because Thornton is a strong defender, brings size. That time she came in and fouled Asia, but she's a player who can really defend. Lose a lot on the offensive end, though.
Well, and we wondered, Rebecca, if New York might at some point go to this bigger lineup that has a little bit more of a defensive focus. As you see the applause for Kia Stokes and the entry of Alicia Clark. Cindy Brondello told us she actually felt like she probably should have tried this lineup at some point in game 1. Would be comfortable going to it in game 2 and has to here in the first quarter.
Interesting for New York to go bigger, Vegas to go smaller. Once again, staying in their zone defense.
Into the corner, Thornton with an open look. Can't hit. Jones the rebound. Jones gets fouled and puts it home. A chance for three for Jonquel Jones.
Vegas worked on it in shoot-around. They want to send multiple bodies to box out Jonquel Jones, make it hard for her. Look at 4 ACES players around her, but has that reach and the size, still able to get the ball and score.
And rebounding has been such a key story in the meetings between these teams this season. You see the difference second half to first in game 1 for Jonquel Jones. In the 3 New York wins this year against Vegas, they were a plus 57 on the glass. Vegas a plus 7 on the glass in their 3 wins. Wilson loses it, trying to get it back. Can't, but Plum does. Here's Plum going baseline into the paint. Dishes out. Wilson, 5 to shoot. Young gets it off to Clark. Gray launches, and it's hit. It's been that kind of quarter for Las Vegas. Not much more you could do defensively there if you were New York. But Vegas now 5 of 7 from 3 to start this game. Vandersloot just dribbles it out of bounds.
Really good rotation and better effort defensively for the New York Liberty than we saw in game 1, but sometimes it doesn't matter. When the other team has Chelsea Gray, barely beats the shot clock. Woo!
Chelsea Gray hits that 3. She already has 4 assists this quarter. Vegas has 8 on their 8 made field goals. Plum into the lane, lays it in, plus the foul. And that's going to be number 2 on Jonquel Jones, who was frustrated with their teammates afterwards.
Cousin Plum did such a good job in game 1 using dribble penetration, especially going to her strong left side to get into the paint and finish.
Stephanie Dolson will check in for Jonquel Jones. So not only is New York in a massive early hole here, as well as a 1-0 series hole, but now Jonquel Jones, who's been such a difference maker in these playoffs, on the bench with 2 fouls. And if you're Vegas, this first quarter could not possibly have gone better, and if you're New York, it could not possibly have gone worse. Laney gets a look, can't hit. Wilson the box out, and it's going to stay here with New York. The Liberty, who were number 1 in the league in 3-point shooting percentage this season, are 0 for 6. And both Vandersloot and Ionescu are on the bench right now. Here's Johannes. She knocks it down. Maureen Johannes, who had 14 first-half points in game 1, trying to provide a spark for New York.
And especially if Vegas stays in a zone defensively, this is a lineup that can shoot the ball well from the perimeter, including Steph Dolson.
Plum kicks it. Extra feed from Wilson. Gets it back. She'll let it go. Wow! Asia Wilson with the 3.
First one of the playoffs.
Everybody involved for Vegas. And a turnover from New York. Young alone. No.
You heard Sinead Bumake talk in the pregame show about the importance of pace. Well, right now, certainly Vegas is playing their pace. It felt like New York has been sped up a bit on their offensive end.
Johannes, what a pass. Stewart knocks it down from 3. Took a little contact as well.
What an incredible pass by Johannes.
A 30-13 Vegas lead. Every starter for the Aces has hit at least 1 3. Gray misfires. Plum beats Johannes on the glass, and Wilson cleans it up. Vegas a +4 on the glass. Johannes, not that time, lasted Thornton out of bounds to Las Vegas.
All eyes were on Johannes, though. After her 14-point first-half performance in Game 1, did you see when she came across half-court? Two bodies shading towards her. That one a little bit of a force. Probably should have reversed the basketball to get a better look.
Becky Hammond told us that Johannes was going to get that kind of treatment where they were going to be up on her and try and be physical with her early. Las Vegas shooting 69%.
New York now has gone into their own zone defense.
Wilson wide open. That is cash.
If you're in a zone, you better be aware of Asia Wilson at the free throw line. That is her sweet spot.
12 points for Wilson, who's 4 of 5. Here's Stewart looking to answer and does. Brianna Stewart with 7 points, is 3 of 6 from the floor. Johannes 1 of 2. Every other member of the Liberty sub 50%. Young the cut and the finish. The Las Vegas Aces, a silky symphony right now. And a timeout taken by New York. The Las Vegas Aces have already scored the most points ever in a finals first quarter. They have a 36-15 lead over the Liberty. And New York, who had success against Las Vegas at the end of the regular season, they took 3 of their final 4 meetings. They have to be wondering what hit them.
No one can have success against a Vegas team that's shooting 72% and 6 for 10 from 3 in a 1 quarter. Holy cow, this has been incredible.
Johannes dumps it down. Dolson for a pass. Ionescu able to collect. Ionescu looking for space. Gets a whistle, and Sabrina Ionescu twists her way into 2 free throws. Alicia Clark picks up her first.
I mean, just think about it if you're the New York Liberty, right? In Game 1, you got consistently beat dribble penetration off the bounce, in the paint, guards getting in there. And in this game, it's been deep freeze, late shot clock freeze. Whew.
Taking a look at the upcoming WNBA Finals schedule. Sunday on ABC, we'll have Game 3 at Barclays Center, 3 Eastern next Wednesday. Game 4 would be on ESPN at 8 Eastern, and Game 5 will be back here in Vegas Friday, October 20th, 9 Eastern on ESPN. For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. 10-second difference, game and shot clock. Young misses the layup. Stewart off the rebound, looking to push for New York. Off to Ionescu. Ionescu gets hit, and Sabrina Ionescu is going to shoot a pair. As New York could have essentially held for 1, but liked the opportunity in semi-transition there.
And Ryan, on the other end of the floor, anytime Sabrina Ionescu is in the game and matched up with Jackie Young, Vegas has been very intentional, getting her the basketball, letting her try to exploit that matchup.
Second foul on Jackie Young, so that's something to watch. Ionescu, who starred on this floor All-Star Weekend with her historic 3-point performance. Has been quiet thus far in these finals through a game and a quarter, as has Courtney Vandersloot. Ionescu, though, hits 4 straight free throws at the end of this first. Shot clock turned off. Plum off to Gray. 3 seconds left. Gray knocks it down. Stewart with a little time remaining. Heaves it, and that'll do it for a historic first. The Las Vegas Aces, a first quarter finals record, 38 points. And a 19-point lead after 1. Everybody involved. Wilson with 12. The team shoots 70%, and they already have a 1-0 series lead.
New York needs to find a flow of their own. You see them here running Brianna Stewart as the initiator of the offense.
And their starting five back on the floor as Ionescu will take, can't hit. Jonquil Jones back out there with 2 fouls. Those 12 assists that Drea just documented. A finals record for any quarter. The 14 made field goals ties the finals record for any quarter. Stokes in the corner. Wow! Kia Stokes is 2 for 2 from 3. Laney gives up the layup, finds Vandersloot, can't hit from downtown. Jones the offensive rebound, in some trouble, needing help, can't find it, now loses it, and is tied up.
I talked to Kia Stokes before the finals started. She averages fewer field goal attempts than anyone except one player in the history of the league, and she said, even when I'm open, you see her smiling there. She said, I'm surrounded by 4 of the best players in the league, so I'm going to pass the ball well. They haven't wanted her to pass the ball here today. Feeling good.
Michelle Cleary, that player, and Becky Hammond always tells us Kia has a nice shot. So look, I don't want her taking it early in the shot clock, but
maybe today you do.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with her taking it in the flow, and today she has and has hit. This is a player who hit 5 threes all season. Laney long 2, and Vegas will live with that.
She's really good though in the pull-up game when you go behind the screen.
Plum able to flag it down, off to Gray, has some space, motors into Ionescu, and connects on the mid-range. Chelsea Gray, 7 points, 5 assists. Vegas maintaining a huge lead.
Vegas has gotten good looks whether New York has been in man or when they've been in their possessions of zone like that last one.
Here's Stewart trying to get it back to Laney, threw it behind her. Laney able to grab. 5 to shoot. Laney in the corner, cans the 3. New York finally able to get a little success from downtown, 3 of 12 after starting 0 for 7.
And even when New York has gotten paint touches, Sandy Brondello likes to say paint to great. Vegas has collapsed so well, it's been paint to mediocre.
And it doesn't sound
nearly
quite as catchy. Come on, Stokes, oh boy. Not that time. And Vandersloot, nice job deflecting the rebound to Ionescu. Here's Ionescu, dancing around Stokes, can't reverse it in. Kind of lost it off the right hand as she went up with it. Plum missed it, Jones boards it. Stewart gets fouled. Let's check in with Andrea Carter.
Well, we've seen Kia Stokes hit a couple of threes on the offensive end, but it's the little things that aren't statistic. Look at the mobility on the defensive end. There are post players where this is quite possibly a blow-by, but to stick with Sabrina Ionescu, ride her out to the baseline, the defensive impact and mobility of Kia Stokes is what she always brings.
The mobility of Kia Stokes, Asia Wilson, me in my prime, I mean, pretty incredible.
Very comparable. Ionescu short on a 3. Ionescu now 0 of 4 from the floor. Yet to get going in these finals. Clark travels. And Vegas turns over. I thought it was so interesting. We had a great conversation with Asia Wilson yesterday. And she was talking about Kia Stokes and the value of Kia Stokes. And she said, you know, some players, you play off them the way that people play off Kia Stokes, and their whole mindset shifts to, I want to prove why you should guard me. Kia is so comfortable just playing her role for this team, and that in itself is a skill.
Courtney Vandersloot should not have passed up that wide open 3.
Stewart lobs it down. Jones looking for an angle, couldn't find it, got it back, lays it in. Vandersloot, speaking of that, told us yesterday she thought she was too in between in game 1. Went to pass, went to shoot, not finding the right balance. Gray, the hezzy, floats it out to Young. Gray looking to take Stewart, shakes her. Couldn't complete the highlight, and then Laney is fouled by Clark. And that'll be number 2 on Alicia Clark. If you're New York, As ugly as this first half has been, you have to be thinking, hey, find a way to get it under 10 into halftime.
You're still in this game.
Right. Vandersloot that time steps in confidently, couldn't hit it, but Jones there for the tip. And now Vegas needs a timeout with Jonquel Jones asserting herself on the glass. A 7-0 Liberty run has shaved the lead down to 15.
When there's only one player boxing her out, Jonquel Jones can have effectiveness. Her off left hand, popping it in. Liberty trying to hang.
Listening into the past couple of New York Liberty huddles, Sandy Brondello has had a wide range of emotion trying to navigate what's happened to her team emotionally. She told us earlier today the one thing we can't do is break. And their huddles have been close. She's been frustrated, telling her team they have to play with more toughness. But the players keep telling each other, stick together, stick together. In one of the last huddles, she just said, listen, we need to start having some fun out here. Relax. We can do this. There's just a lot of tension. They're navigating a lot of emotion given this Las Vegas ACES start.
Quick adjustment, Holly Rowe. This is the first time we've seen Brianna Stewart as a matchup against Jackie Young. And immediately Becky Hammond recognized it and Young bring the basketball up the floor.
Shot clock fading here. Wow! Chelsea Gray's a wizard. I love how excited you get when you see new defensive matchups. Jones gets the roll on a much-needed three. It's like watching the kid in class who's just like raising their hand, trying to get the teacher's attention. Clark loses it. Stewart has it. Opportunity for the Liberty here. Stewart in transition. That's going to be a block on Clark, and that will be number 3 on Alicia Clark. If you're Vegas, do you consider using your challenge at this juncture? I don't think you should.
No, you're leading. Clark was leading just enough to get the foul called.
So that's number 3 on Alicia Clark.
So the Liberty's reward for getting Clark to pick up her third is Asia Wilson's now going to come in for Clark.
Right. Keep in mind, the Liberty's little run that has happened with the 2-time MVP Asia Wilson on the bench. The other 2-time MVP, Brianna Stewart, trying to get going here. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Jonquel Jones has had a big second quarter. As Stewart misses the free throw, Jones tears away the rebound. Stewart a leading 3 is short. Jones another rebound. Wow! Jonquel Jones, a singular force on the glass in this second. Vandersloot can't hit the 3.
Oh, there's almost a fight under the basket the way Kia Stokes was boxing out Jonquel Jones.
Stokes able to grab. Plum, ball fakes the 3 and is fouled on the drive. You're not kidding, Rebecca.
How important is it to keep Jonquel Jones off the boards? Watch here. Look at Kia Stokes. I'm not sure that's legal. And then Kia Stokes running the other way, but these are Jonquel trying to get position. Kia Stokes, that's like an offensive lineman, right? Facing the player, push up.
Might have gotten away with one there. Jonquel Jones up to 8 rebounds, playing with 2 fouls. By the way, they called that a side out of bounds, but the foul came prior to the gather on the drive from Plum, who gets a wide open look here and hits. You think about that swing. Vandersloot a wide open 3 to cut it to 10. Instead, Plum makes it 16. Jones going to let it tilt out of bounds off the deflection.
Vegas has done an outstanding job setting screens in this game, and you saw the screen from Asia Wilson. Plum reads it perfectly. That's one of the things that was a focus for the New York Liberty in their practice, setting better screens to get teammates open.
Benaija Laney trying to force the action and turns it over. And Vegas off and running. Here's Plum. Wilson with space. The duck under in the way.
Wow, absolutely beautiful footwork.
5 straight points from Vegas after New York had cut it to 13 with multiple opportunities. Ionescu can't buy a bucket. 0 for 5 now from the floor. Can't flag it down. And ends up in the front row.
Asia Wilson is so good with a step back and she can get bouncy. Miranda Stewart knows that, so goes for it. What a step through. We don't see that a lot from Asia Wilson, and wow, gotcha. And there she goes.
She has been so good in space, which has been an emphasis for Becky Hammond. Wilson's numbers are always exquisite, but the second half of the season, including the playoffs, just incredible. 26 points per game since the All-Star break. And you can see she's wearing a mic for us as well. Jones, great position, working Stokes, lays it in. Jonquil Jones, 12 points, 8 rebounds, trying to do what she can for her team. Plum. Short. Stewart the board, under 3.5 to go in the first half of game 2. Here's Laney. Gets it back. Will fire. Short. Jones the rebound and the putback. Jonquil Jones is on a mission. And Las Vegas needs a timeout. Jones up to 14 points, 9 rebounds in this first half.
It's in these moments that sometimes the Bahamian beast is beasting. That's been the difference here in the first half. She's keeping the liberty in the game.
How many games to win the WNBA Finals is a breakout surge? Well, it's 3 wins. It's a best-of-5 series. And Vegas is already 1 win in the saddle and a 14-point lead here in the second quarter. Once again, New York just needing more than they've gotten from their guards.
Well, first of all, should it be how many wins does it take?
Probably.
The Vegas guards, once again, is spectacular. New York will certainly need more, both offensively and defensively from their backcourt.
Pass hits the net, still lands with Wilson. Wilson gets denied by Jones. Back to Wilson it goes, can't finish it. Another chance and blocked again by Jonquil Jones.
But smart, Jonquil Jones has 2 fouls. Asia Wilson should have done what she did, just continue to attack her.
Laney attacking, bouncing, Jones left alone, lays it in. Jonquil Jones with 13 points, 7 rebounds, and a couple of blocks here in the second quarter alone. She has resuscitated New York's hopes here in game 2. Plum looking to break down Johannes. Can't hit the layup, an opportunity for New York. Here's Johannes, no look. Laney won't take the 3. Ionescu wide open, connects. And it's a single-digit deficit for New York. A 9-0 Liberty run, and what was a 22-point Vegas lead has been shaved to 9. A big final 2 minutes of this first half here. Gray launches, can't hit, and it's out of bounds to New York.
Even when Sabrina Ionescu is struggling to score, you might want to get a little closer to her than this on the defensive end, because when she's this wide open, that looked like one of her looks from the 3-point contest at the All-Star game.
That was the corner where she finished her historic performance. Big possessions here for both teams.
Look at Jackie Young battling Jonquil Jones. She was switched on to her. The problem is that's her 3rd foul here in the first half.
So 3 on Young and 3 on Alicia Clark. And Vegas only really plays 6 deep. So decision time for Becky Hammond, who is going to put Clark back out there with her 3, knowing Young, as valuable as Clark is, Young more precious to this team. First foul in the final 2 minutes against Vegas. Here's Ionescu. Will let it fly. Can't get it to go. Stewart bats it back, but nobody's there. Great contest from Asia Wilson, the two-time Defensive Player of the Year out on Ionescu.
We saw that wide open Ionescu three from the corner. That has not been the story of the first half. The story of the first half defensively for the ACES has been their ability to close out on the shooters and make things so hard for New York.
Here's Wilson, 14 in the first half. Gray trying to work Laney. Wilson will fire a three, can't hit. Jonquel Jones, another rebound. Already has a double-double tonight. Ionescu kicks. Jones thought about it. Johannes floating to Jones. In the paint, gets absolutely hammered by Gray. And Jonquel Jones going back to the line.
Jonquel Jones has brought a different level of effort here in Game 2 than we saw in Game 1. She is working hard, and Ryan, there's been so much physical contact on her, and that's really hard. That is fatiguing, it is tiring. The way she's had multiple players around her when she's trying to get to the glass. Her numbers were good in Game 1. Her effort much, much better here so far in Game 2.
Let's take a listen to sounds of the game.
Hey, better win in the snow. Stay confident. Yes, Moody. Hey, that's the way to keep fighting. Good defense. Good job, man. Let's just get it. Let's just get it. Good shooting. Keep shooting.
Well, the Liberty on an 11-0 run. It's a 7-point game with under a minute to go in this first half. Vegas led by as many as 22. Here's Gray being pursued by Laney. Three to shoot. Gray nearly traveled. Instead, throws it away. And a turnover from Las Vegas.
Great defense by the New York Liberty. Great switch by Laney on Wilson. And not only switching, she fought to stay three-quarter around so that pass couldn't come in. One of the better Liberty defensive possessions we've seen.
A 12-second difference game in shot clock. Does New York try and hurry into a 2-for-1? Clark already with 3 fouls, and Ionescu is seemingly not going to do that. Here she is around the Jones screen. Stewart thought about it. Gets Wilson in the air, and a foul underneath on Stokes is going to put Jonquel Jones back at the line with the Aces over the limit. Jonquel Jones' second quarter. 15 points, 8 rebounds, and a chance for more here.
And we still haven't seen all the skills in this game. She hasn't hit a three. Or did she? Oh, she did. We have seen all the skills.
Including having to deal with infection control. Well, it's time for Try It Free Throws, brought to you by YouTube TV. Scan the QR code to unlock $60 off your first 3 months after your 2-week free trial. YouTube TV, try it free.
It's $60 off now? That's gone up since Game 1.
The people at YouTube TV are very kind and we love them.
Curious if it's going to go up even more for Game 3.
Johannes out, Thornton in, as Sandy Brondello will go a little offense-defense. Jones misses the second. Loose ball, Wilson able to grab it. A 12-0 Liberty run over the last 4 minutes has made this a 6-point game. Vegas led by 22 at 1 point in this first half. Here's Plum, slight difference game in shot clock. Plum looking to skate free, finds Clark who lays it in. 3 seconds left in this quarter. Stewart looking to get it up the floor as it's taken by Plum. That ball skates free, and that could have been a kick ball on New York. Instead,
Hey, don't settle, play.
If New York wants to get a win tonight, they'll need more winning plays like that one.
all right, thanks a lot, Trey. Here we go, second half underway in Game 2 of these best-of-5 finals. Remember, Alicia Clark, Jackie Young, both with 3 fouls for Las Vegas. Jonquel Jones navigating with 2. A force in there from Vandersloot. And knocked out of bounds, 5 on the shot clock.
Great team defense because Jackie Young had got switched onto Jonquil Jones. We saw New York take advantage of that in the first half. Her team kind of zoned up around her and brought help.
5 on the shot clock. Vandersloot into Stewart. Stewart gets the step. Can't bank it home. Stokes the rebound, and Vegas off and running. Here's Plum. Stewart now just 3 of 9 from the floor. Gray shovels. Wilson deadly in the mid-range. Will take and hit. Number 1 in the league this season, 15 to 19 feet, and it wasn't even close. 57%. Next closest was Nneka Ogwumike at 45%. Here's Ionescu. Gets a clean look. Misses it well short. Vandersloot the save, and Stewart can't hit again. Brianna Stewart just 3 for 10 from the floor. Vandersloot on the steal. Vandersloot with haste into the paint. Bounces to Stewart. Ionescu into the corner. Vandersloot had a wide open 3 and instead is fouled by Stokes as we check in with Holly Rowe.
Becky Hammond told her team before they took the floor for the second half, start over. This is a brand new ball game. She re-emphasized to them that the second chance points will win this game, and they were losing in the first half 14 to 5. She said, we're getting beat in the paint. We're losing the paint. That's where we have to focus.
And talking about the paint, Kia Stokes, one of their stoppers in there, just picked up her 3rd.
So 3 on Stokes now along with Clark and Young as Vandersloot just can't get anything to drop. 0 for 5. Meanwhile, Ionescu 1 of 8. New York's going to need more production from them. Young attacking Ionescu, raising, plus the foul. Jackie Young feasting on that matchup.
Well, what do you do against her? Because she's been able to step up and hit threes, so you got to get close enough, and then her quickness gets her by you, and then her power enables her to finish.
Number 2 on Ionescu. Young, 10 points, 4 rebounds, a couple of assists. Wilson and Plum also in double figures for Vegas. Here's Laney. Going one-on-one with Gray. Out to Vandersloot. Right back to Laney. Draws 2. Plum came with the help and the steal. Here's Young in transition. Hitter, pattern, floater, banks it in. Plus the foul.
We're seeing why Becky Hammond said this could be Jackie Young's series on both ends of the floor defensively. Helping out, you see Plum out in transition, and then here it is. We saw that exact play in game 1, absorbing the contact, making the shot, getting to the line.
I mean, the difference in play from Young, Plum, and Gray compared to Laney, Ionescu, and Vandersloot has been just such a dramatic edge for Las Vegas thus far in this series. Jones nearly turns it over. It'll stay here as Young kicks it out. And the third quarter starting somewhat similarly to how the first did. Vegas 8-0 to begin this second half. They jolted out to a 22-point lead in this game. Vandersloot into Jones, turns to the corner, gets banged from behind. And Jonquil Jones will shoot 2.
I'll say this, Vegas has earned every single one of their fouls against Jonquil Jones. It hasn't been any little ticky-tack. They are not letting her, I mean, if they're using a foul, they're using a foul. And JJ's been able to absorb that very well so far.
Look at Jonquil Jones. She has almost as many made field goals as the rest of her team in this game. And Rebecca, even Brianna Stewart, who entered these finals #1 in league history in finals points per game, doing so at 56% from the floor, 50% from 3. She's had some looks that she has not hit that typically we're used to seeing her make.
Man, we've talked so much and heard so much about Vegas offensively throughout the course of the season. Probably haven't heard talked enough about what they're able to do on the defensive end.
Gray slings it. Wilson finishes it. Here's Stewart trying to take Stokes, who has 3 fouls. Stewart raises up and gets the roll. Stewart up to 10 points. Gray, beautiful pass again, and Plum just couldn't finish the layup. Here's Vandersloot with some pace into the corner. Laney, catch, fire. No. Great look from Laney, who's been money in the corners of these playoffs. But New York now just 5 of 21 from 3.
The problem with the shots early and the shot clock is in transition. JJ's not there yet to get the board.
Gray, short, long rebound out to Wilson. Here's Young, looking to take it at scoop. Wilson wide open. I mean, she just does not miss in the mid-range. Asia Wilson is automatic.
You come in and saying, don't hurt him, Asia. The screen, the slip, she's hurting him.
Comes to this.
I mean, Chelsea vision, we see it right here, the double comes in, not only the wraparound pass, to see it, but deliver it, get the right spin on the basketball so it comes up into Asia Wilson's hands. This is a great angle of it. Spinning it around, ball bites on the floor. And yeah, Chelsea Gray, man, making movies in the 1950s. What kind of camera would that be?
What kind of camera would that be? Somebody on the crew knows. Here's Vandersloot, gives it up to Jones, and another turnover. Not what New York would have drawn up out of the timeout. Rain Johannes getting ready to check in for the Liberty. Deflected and kicked by Vandersloot, and here comes Johannes, who will go and grab Courtney Vandersloot. You know, it's rare to see Courtney Vandersloot struggle the way she has in this series thus far. This is one of the all-time great point guards, second most assists in playoff history. Only Sue Bird with more, who had maybe the greatest playoff run we'd ever seen in 2021 until Chelsea Gray last year. But it's been a struggle so far for Vandersloot in these finals.
Great job by Jackie Young reading the screen and that flashing back door. Of course, Gray's going to find her. 9
assists for Chelsea Gray. Kelsey Plum has 7 herself. Laney can't hit the 3. New York now 5 of 22 from deep. Here's Young. Nice look. Stokes denied by Jones. Ionescu finds Stewart in rhythm, open 3, rims out. Believe the good looks have not gone down.
Great fight by Asia Wilson to come up with that board.
Here's Gray, Chelsea Gray, oh my goodness. Gets it back. Back iron, no. Stewart the rebound. Here's Stewart zipping up the floor. And that's going to be a charge as Gray takes the body from Stewart.
Chelsea Gray to read it and then to be willing to give up her body like she does. Gets there, plants.
One of the things that's worth mentioning too, this is a Las Vegas ACES team that has not only had the ultimate success as a group, but they have gone through playoff failures as a group. They may be deemed a super team, but it took a while to form. As Plum, this is a wide open layup off a gorgeous set. Gray jumps the root, easy steal. Gray, oh, she's a dishing diva! Young a chance for 3 as Gray orchestrates another highlight.
She sees everything, including the pass that the Liberty are making, and just jumps out in transition. Oh, what a pass to Jackie Young. Now an opportunity for the I mean, who wouldn't want to play with Chelsea Gray?
You know, I can't really shoot, but even I feel like, give me a look, Chelsea. 10 assists for Gray, and meanwhile New York is in the same hole they were in the first half. Jones surrounded, Johannes extra feed, Laney wide open, that one will drop. How disheartening this start to the third must be for the Liberty, who scrapped and clawed to cut it to 6 at one point and an 8 at the half after trailing by 22, but just found themselves back down by 22 as Wilson dances her way to the cup. 22 for Asia Wilson, who also has 10 rebounds tonight. Jones on the run, able to finesse it home. Jonquel Jones, 22 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks as well. She has really been the only bright spot this evening for New York. Oh, wow! Chelsea Gray, these highlights are ridiculous. Put that in the only place possible for Asia Wilson. Johannes serving up a little sauce. Laney, a lot of contact there, and no whistle, no bucket. Here's Plum, zipping ahead. ACES firmly in control now here in game 2. Stokes has the mismatch, gets fouled.
Is Dolby Vision a thing, Ryan?
I think so.
Because we certainly have had, once again, Chelsea Vision. Look at this. The only place where she can deliver the basketball, and she does. And Asia Wilson catches everything that's in her vicinity. I mean, come on now. That's her 10th assist, and then one point guard to another. Becky, the hype man, and the coach.
You know, I'm going to use an obscure reference for you.
I love obscure references.
That pass was exactly like Aaron Rodgers to Greg Jennings on the Packers Super Bowl winning drive in the one Super Bowl Rodgers won in Green Bay. Just a laser that kept their drive alive. It was the only place you could put it. It looked exactly like that, skimming by a helmet, but in this case, just a defender's head.
I love when you talk football to me. Especially obscure football.
Yeah, you know, it was so reminiscent. I know there's some people at home saying, you know what, you're right. Shot clock fading. Plum has to put it up. Got it on the rim. Stokes keeps it alive.
Stokes got that board because Jonquel Jones is in the game.
Jones getting a rest. Young, short on a 3. New York down 21 with under 2.5 to go in this third quarter. Johannes nearly had it taken, but went out of bounds as Chelsea Gray has also been active defensively tonight. This crowd has been buzzing all weekend. Laney misses badly. 4 for 13 from the floor now. Only Jonquel Jones has shot it well tonight for New York.
A lot of people, I think, in Vegas have been buzzing all weekend.
Shot clock down to 2. Plum. Wow. Kelsey Plum. Her 4th 3 of the night. 15 points. Rebecca, we talked about what would this ACES team look like if Candace Parker was still healthy, one of the all-time greats who had started to find her groove with her new team, but has been out with a foot injury. As Ionescu knocks down the corner 3 on a nifty behind-the-back pass. But this ACES team has looked historically good even without Parker's services.
Certainly in this game, they played as well, especially in the first and third quarters, as any team we've ever seen. Kelsey Plum, I mean, Steph Olson does a decent job trying to stay with her, contest, and Plum holds the pose. Give us a smile, Kelsey.
Alicia Clark at the line. New York has not been able to take advantage of the foul trouble that Clark and Young entered this second half with. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, you're looking at that Kelsey Plum three that looks so beautiful. I want to point out she's actually playing with a broken finger on her shooting hand. You see that pinky on her left hand. She's got a slight fracture. When I asked her about it, she gave me the thumbs up that it's not bothering her shot. But I really admire what she's doing. Last game, it was getting into the paint, a career-high 18 points in the paint. Tonight, it's the three. Kelsey Plum doing a little bit of everything, and she doesn't care if she's got a broken finger.
Constantly working on evolving her game. And we see those hard efforts in the offseason constantly paying off for Kelsey as Dolson and Thornton combined for two.
Nice double team by Vegas, but Steph Dolson has the patience, but credit Thornton for cutting to the basket there.
Plum in the paint, there it is.
Johannes is getting beat repeatedly backdoor by Kelsey Plum.
80-57, Aces lead over the Liberty as bodies hit the floor. Take another look at exactly what you were talking about, Rebecca.
It's happened multiple times. Once Kelsey Plum missed the layup, but just Johannes bites. Stewie can't get there in time, and a great finish by Plum. Kelsey Plum was really, really efficient from taking twos in game one. She wasn't from the three-point line. Well, today she's combined it all. 4 of 6 from three as well.
Stewart raises up, can't hit the jumper. A foul on Clark, by the way, her fourth. Shot clock turned off here. The Las Vegas Aces already have 27 assists tonight. Plum able to make the catch. With a lot of contact. Plum short, leaves some time for Stewart. Stewart can't hit from half court. A monster third quarter from the Aces. After the Liberty had whittled a 22-point deficit down to 8 at the half, Las Vegas takes firm control back. They outscore New York 28-13 in the third and have a 23-point lead headed to the fourth quarter of game two. The Aces trying to take a commanding 2-0 series lead.
Great start. Listen. Stay solid. Yeah. Stay solid. Lock in defensively. Okay? Lock in defensively. Best thing about there is we're boarding. Okay? When we board, we're off to the races. Stay solid. Stay solid. Good job. Great job.
Well, Becky Hammond's team certainly has boarded. They are a +4 on the glass. We've documented multiple times how that battle has often been the indicator of who wins between these teams. First 6 matchups between these two teams over the regular season Commissioner's Cup in game one. 3 wins apiece, and the 3 New York wins a +57 on the glass. The 3 Vegas wins a +7.
Liberty come out in this possession playing zone defense.
Young bounces in. Wilson kicks out. Young connects. Out of 3. Jackie Young up to 21 points.
That was certainly paint to great just for the Vegas Aces.
It's a 26-point lead as Vandersloot now 0 for 6 from the floor. Vegas with its largest lead of the series.
Back to man.
Gray, no. Stewart the rebound. We had a Stewart with 11 boards. Here's Vandersloot cutting inside, shoveling to Thornton. Gets blocked by Wilson. Clark keeps it alive for Gray, tumbles and back on her feet. Gray trying to reward her. Young lets it fly. That one halfway down and it popped out. Remember, these teams, as they both were through the regular season, they have not played close games against each other yet. As Johannes hit the 3, Closest margin, one contest decided by 9 points, every other double digits. Young just left alone, says, all right, can't hit. Vandersloot trying to shake Plum, got a whistle on her. A game 3 of the best of 5 WNBA Finals Sunday afternoon at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC and ESPN. WNBA Countdown tips off our coverage at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. I think Jason Sudeikis will be there as well because he's made the trip here to Vegas to see his Liberty. Super fan of the Seafoam Green. Rocking his hoodie, but there's not been a lot to cheer for Jason Sudeikis tonight. Vandersloot goes to the line.
There's plenty in the second quarter.
There was. Which his daughter was able to soak in, and you love the relentless fandom, even down big in the fourth. And on that point, Rebecca, as we promo ahead to Game 3 Sunday in New York, we know Barclays Center has been a remarkable home court advantage. So, that building will certainly be energized regardless of how lopsided the final result may be here tonight. Wilson nuzzles in, throws it off backward to herself, and gets the whistle. Asia Wilson getting creative to wiggle her way to the line.
Usually we see this in the NBA, and the guys go get it and dunk and just throws it to herself. Is that on Jonquil or Brianna Stewart?
That was on Jones, her third. Wilson with the MVP chance raining down, an award she has won twice, despite being only 27 years old. She has already accomplished so much. Including a title last season. We were talking to her yesterday. I thought it was so interesting, Rebecca, when she said, as much as you see us vibe on the floor, improvising offensively, defensively, the way we're connected, she said, we're that way as a group off the floor, too, where spur of the moment, we're texting each other just, hey, meet at Chelsea's house, or hey, meet here. That's just the synergy that this ACES core has, both when they're at work and when they're away from it.
I mean, chemistry is such a vitally important part of any team's success, and yes, this team certainly has something about them and the way they communicate with one another. I mean, how confident did the ACES look this morning at their shoot-around, just having so much fun as well.
Remarkably loose. As Gray knocks down the jumper, Sandy Brondell needs a timeout. It is a deluge, courtesy of the ACES. Well, Sandy Brondello begging for her team to continue to fight in this series. During the regular season, the home team won each matchup, with the one nuanced caveat being the Commissioner's Cup, which was in Vegas, and New York won. As Young secures the rebound off another miss, the Liberty have not been able to hit from three. 7 of 32, as Plum certainly has. Vandersloot finally able to get to the cup, her first field goal of the night.
What a helpless feeling it must be for New York at times defensively when you have a decent possession and Vegas still hits.
Plum back door, into the corner, Young run off. Clark, the cutter, couldn't handle. Here comes Ionescu, just 2 of 10 from the floor in this game. Rebecca, one of the things we talked about in our studio, talked about New York bouncing back, had been 9-0 this year after losses. Will not be the case when this one goes final tonight. Download the WNBA app now to access all-out finals coverage all in one place. Jump into the Super Team Showdown with exclusive stories, must-see highlights, and more. Scan the QR code on your screen to get the WNBA app now. How about the ACES Core 4? Another night of remarkable production from the pillars of this championship franchise.
Not a single one of them with a subpar performance at all yet in this series.
Vandersloot finds Stewart. Extra feed out of bounds, was deflected, will stay here. The Aces outscoring New York 38-16 in the second half. New York had trailed by 22 in the first half, cut it to 8 at the half, but have not been able to sustain the burst that they had in the second quarter since halftime. And there you go. Game 1, it was the story. Game 2 has been much of the same. 8-second violation.
I don't see those very often.
No. Here's Vandersloot, gets bumped and flips it in. Courtney Vandersloot a chance for 3. All right, if you're New York, Rebecca, what are you focusing on down the stretch here of a game that you know the result and you know you're headed back to New York down 2-0?
I think Sandy Brodella would just like to see some fight from her team. I mean, this lead is insurmountable, but we saw in the fourth quarter of game 1, Courtney Vandersloot trying to find a rhythm offensively. But there's not a whole lot other than the second quarter for the Liberty positively to take away from this game. But people should still watch.
What do they say? Series doesn't start till the home team loses a game. Liberty will have a chance to respond in game 3 Sunday in New York, as Becky Hammond wants a timeout. Didn't like what you saw the last couple of possessions. As Vandersloot feeds Stewart in transition, we'll step aside. It's all Aces in Vegas. Afternoon 3 Eastern on ABC, back in New York. And should the Liberty win and extend the series, game 4 would come Wednesday in New York. So a lot of time off between games in this series, as Young gets blocked by Jonquel Jones, her 4th rejection tonight. So for those of you wondering, well, why are the starters still in the game right now for each team? Getting them rest, not a worry because of the huge gaps between games.
Yeah, but there is always the concern late in a game that's decided of injury.
Foul call before the layup from Young. And it'll be a side out of bounds for Vegas. Are you right about that, Rebecca? You have your starters out if you're both teams right now?
Well, I think one waits for the other to take theirs out, and then they empty the bench. And I'm sure Becky Hammond's saying, yeah, it's only a 25-point lead, but yeah, I certainly would be looking to go to my bench at this point.
Vandersloot fouls Plum. 3 free throws here coming for Kelsey Plum.
Kelsey Plum to the free throw line. She'll shoot 3.
Taking a look at the upcoming WNBA Finals schedule. Sunday on ABC is Game 3, 3 Eastern. As New York will try and stay alive, Vegas will try and become back-to-back champs. First team since the 02 Sparks. And Game 4 will be next Wednesday on ESPN, and then Game 5 would be back here in Vegas Friday For more on these games, please go to WNBA.com or visit the WNBA app. Kia Stokes helped set the tone of this game, making a couple of corner threes early after she hit 5 total threes all season. Stewart battling with Gray in the post, turns and banks it in. 14 points, 13 rebounds for Breanna Stewart. ACES have looked like an unstoppable force thus far in these playoffs. Young, a little more rain. 24 for Jackie Young. Laney can't lay it in, but a foul, and Benijah Laney is going to go to the line.
You know you gotta hit hard and you gotta fix your lash.
Laney has got more field goal attempts tonight, but has not shot efficiently 4 of 15 from the floor. In fact, if you look at New York, the only player who has shot better than about 36% is Jonquel Jones, and now the Liberty are going to empty their bench. For Young, Plum, and Wilson, who were all fantastic tonight. The benches have emptied. Here's Bell. Too strong. Foul called on Gray. Dolson will go to the line to shoot 2. How about this for consistency? Vegas shot at 54.7% the other night. They're at 54% tonight.
Pretty good.
You want to do your Larry David?
Pretty good.
Legend in the building, Cynthia Cooper, one of the original GOATs of this league, catching the action courtside.
She certainly played on some of the best teams in the history of the league, the Comets winning the first 4 championships.
Dolson means pizza for everybody. Misses both free throws. Las Vegas Aces crowd has been fed in back-to-back games. Gray tried the no-look shovel. Here's the group that Las Vegas trying to join. Back-to-back champs, the Comets, the Sparks, and that's it. No team has done it since this league has gone to a best-of-5 finals.
Before that bucket for Courtney Vandersloot, I wanted to appreciate that our score was a number palindrome.
Oh, 96-69.
Yes.
Excellent observation. Gray has 11 assists tonight. On a string. Gray getting tricky. Will hoist. You bet! For the 99 points the Liberty gave up in game 1, the most they've given up all season in a game. The Aces have matched that already here in game 2. Gray, extra feed in the corner, George, mid-range.
I love that from Chelsea Brado, because she could easily taken a shot. She just made one from there, but instead gives the ball to George, who doesn't get a ton of playing time.
Dolson from the elbow. knocks it down.
That was a pretty mean screen by Steph Dolson before she caught the ball and drained it.
Gray, not that time. George battling with Willoughby. Willoughby and George get into it. And a foul called on Kayla George.
Gray vision is not only passing, it's the beauty of the high arcing rainmaker.
We look forward to that. Meanwhile, in Vegas, 1:34 to go, and a quite secure lead for the Aces, about to go up 2-0 in these finals, Holly Rowe.
Well, one of the big reasons, a lot of people have played well, but you look at the stat line of Asia Wilson, she's got a plus-minus of 31, 26 points, 15 rebounds, and she told us today at the shoot-around, you know, when I got here to Las Vegas, Bill Lembier literally threw me the ball and said, this is your team. Her other coach, John Staley at South Carolina in college, told her this is what championship basketball looks like. She has taken those leadership moments, those leaders in her life to become the leader she is on this team. And I mean, it's a beautiful thing to watch the chemistry on this team, but make no mistake, she is the leader, and her voice is the one that keeps this team together, and the chemistry so strong.
Can't be more impressed with Asia Wilson. Not only how just incredibly well she has performed on the court, but certainly the leadership that she has shown both on the court and off.
Just having an incredible postseason after an outstanding regular season, and one win away from a second championship with 2 league MVP trophies already on the shelf. Here's Bell, get it the jumper, and George, like she might have gotten fouled, not going to bounce, going to stay here with Las Vegas.
You think, baby?
Looked and sounded like
her arm. We can hear it from over here. Look at this. Oh my.
Although I will say, Rebecca, one thing you and I have noted, and the coaches even noted us as well, game one, well-officiated game. Tonight has felt like it as well. As Clark gets fouled, plus the lane, and the Aces have cracked the century mark.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. This has been a well-officiated series so far. Neither of these teams play with a ton of physicality and contact as Clark gets the back cut there. But both these teams want flow. They want, you know, kind of freedom as they're moving out there. It's very different from like our semifinal series with Connecticut and New York, where Connecticut's such a physical team.
Well, it was interesting talking with Benijah Laney after game one, because she said, you know, with Connecticut and Washington, they brought the physicality to us, so we were able to just react. Said in game one against Vegas, we didn't bring the physicality, almost like we were waiting for it to come. In order to bring it, we have to be the aggressors, but clearly it was the Aces who were the aggressors again tonight. Bell into the lane, gets fouled, and will shoot 2.
New York's number 13, Jocelyn Willoughby, her first New York second team foul in the last 2 minutes.
41.5 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. And the Aces a 102-76 lead over New York. And Mark Davis, their own, just turned to us and said, wow, pretty impressive. And I'd say that's an accurate description.
I've seen you multitask, but you are doing play-by-play